Hello and welcome on this video about muscular technique release. So I'm going to share with you 9 different techniques to release muscle. So I study myself osteopathy, then I study cranial osteopathy, and I study also osteoduce. Osteoduce is a fantastic method of osteopathy and discovered by Jacques Kirou, and I offer an online training on Skype to practice osteoduce. So about the 9 techniques to release muscle, the first technique is the stretching. We're going to stretch a muscle. So first of all, we need to contact the muscle while touching the person. We need to look at a book of anatomy where are attached the tendons of the muscle. The muscles are made from fibers and fascia, and they have tendons, and those tendons are attached on different bones. So we're going to contact the muscle. First of all, we can actually press the muscle. If the muscle is contracted, it's going to be hard. It means you're going to press, you're going to feel that the muscle is really contracted. So it's the first diagnosis to see if a muscle is contracted or not. And the second way to diagnose the muscle, so you're going to contact the two parts of the muscle, the two tendons, and you're going to see that if a muscle is contracted, your two hands going to get closer to each other. Okay, you're going to contact a muscle, the two tendons, and you're going to see that, for example, your two hands get closer. And maybe, for example, you can feel that one part of the muscle, one tendon, goes in torsion, for example, and they're really contracted at this part of the tendon. So you're going to do first the stretching. What you can do is to stretch the muscle. So you're going to go from 0 to 10, you're going to start slowly, and you're going to stretch the muscle until the muscle is released. Okay? So this is an active way to release the muscle. You stretch the muscle, okay? But you're going to see that sometimes that doesn't work. Why? Because the muscle is stressed for different reasons. That may be because the bones are not in their correct position, so that needs an osteopathic adjustment. The bones are not in their correct position, that means that the muscle going to be completely contracted. Okay, so you're going to stretch the muscle, but after a while, of course, the muscle going to be contracted again if you don't harmonize and align the bones. So this is the limit of muscular technique release. This is the limit of massages, and this is the limit of physiotherapies. The physiotherapist only works on muscle. But we as osteopaths, we work on bones. So when bones are aligned, the muscle after release. Okay? So the second technique to release muscle is stretching, but in a yin way. That means we're going to wait until the muscle releases by itself. Okay? In the first technique, we contact the two tendons of the muscle. We can feel that they are contracted. Then we stretch them, if we can. The second technique is a stretch. We contact the muscle, they are contracted, and we're going to invite the muscle at its own rhythm to release by itself. So it's like we talk mentally or with our body. It's a body talk to body talk. It's a body intelligence communication. We contact the muscle, is contracted, and we wait until the muscle releases by itself. Voilà. We need to know that muscle sometimes hold emotions, stress or emotions, as anger or sadness. That means that if we force the muscle, we don't respect the integrity of the muscle. But if we invite the muscle to release by itself, it will release by itself because it will feel respected. So this is the second technique. The third technique, which is very powerful, is to compress the muscle until he releases. So if I contact the two tendons of the muscle, I feel that the muscle is contracted. I'm gonna compress, I'm gonna contract even more the muscle. So I'm gonna start from 0 to 10, and I'm gonna start to compress, compress, compress. So this is a young technique. We need to push, push, push the muscle until after a while, it's gonna release. So this is a very powerful method. We compress the muscle until it finally releases. So this is the technique number 3. The technique number 4 is a kind of massage, but we're going to provide a massage at the tendinous part of the muscle. So this is the muscle, the two tendons. We contact the muscle. We can feel that the muscle is contracted. Then we're going to start to do some round like that at the tendon, and we're going to move to the center of the muscle. We're going to release the two tendinous part. And after a while, we're going to see, we can feel some blockage, some blocks, some stress, some nodes a little bit. And after a while, we're going to feel the muscle release by itself. Okay? Another way to release muscle, this is way number 5. We're going to do what we call a lemniscate. A lemniscate is an 8th form in 2 dimensions. Every part of the body, bones, ligaments, muscle, are animated by the 8th form, the lemniscate form. Just like osteoduce, but in osteoduce we go much, much beyond. I learned this technique, the lemniscate form to release muscle, in a cranial osteopathy school. So we're going to contact the muscle, the two tendinous part. We're going to feel that it's contracted, and we're going to see, we're going to think about the lemniscate, and we're going to feel that the muscle go, for example, this way, or go, for example, this way. If it's blocked this way, then we're going to activate the lemniscate the other way. This means we're going to do that, and 3, 4, 5 times, until after a while we feel this movement of lemniscate in the muscle. So I do it again. For example, I contact the muscle, I feel that the muscle is contracted, I think about the lemniscate, I feel this way, it means the lemniscate is blocked in this way, so I'm going to invite him going the other way. So I'm going to do like that. And after a while, I'm going to feel a lemniscate. And so I can, of course, control if the muscle is not contracted anymore. And I can touch and press the muscle, and I can feel that the muscle is not hard anymore. Okay? So that was number 5. Number 6, it's the fascia. The fascia are the membranes of the muscle. The fascia are everywhere into our body. So the fascia technique has been developed also by Danny Bois, a French osteopath. So we're going to put our hands on the muscle. Let's say the muscle is here. I'm going to put my hand on the muscle. Then I'm going to do a cross going this way and this way. Then after I'm going to go, for example, this way and this way. So I can start this way and this way. And after I'm going to go this way and this way. The fascia have a rhythm, and the rhythm is very, very slow and very, very deep. So, for example, I'm going to put my hand on the muscle. I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to wait. I'm going to contact the movement, the rhythm of the fascia, of the muscle, and I'm going to see, for example, that my hands go very slowly and very deeply, go this way. I'm going to wait until the waves go back. So my hand's going to go there. That's going to stop for a little while, and after I'm going to feel a wave. And maybe the waves go back, but it's blocked. So what I'm going to do, I need to wait until the other waves go back the other way, so I can feel that here, this way is completely free. The movement going to stop. Then another wave going to come back, and this time the wave is we're going to go deeper. And maybe that's going to be blocked here. So I'm going to wait a little bit. The wave is going to go back the other way. So I follow the wave. I don't induce anything. The movement is going to stop of the fascia. It's a very, very deep motion. Then the movement, the wave is going to go the other way further until the movement, so I repeat this wave fascia movement until the waves are similar and free both ways. Once I did that, I'm going to do the same exercise the other way. So I'm going to wait and I'm going to feel that my hands goes this way. The wave goes this way, then the wave stops. I wait until the wave goes this way. And I can feel that, for example, my hands doesn't go completely. The wave stops here. I must not push. I need just to stay still and wait until the other wave bring me there. The movement gonna stop for 1 or 2 seconds. Then the wave gonna go further. Maybe until here. I wait. The wave come. And after, the wave go further until I have a full motion of the fascia. And so I can press the muscle and the muscle is going to be completely released. So this is the fascia. It's a very deep way to release muscle, but it takes quite a while. Another way also to release muscle is to work on nodes. Sometimes some people are stressed, the muscles hold stress, and we can feel some balls. So you can go on the balls, you're going to go along the muscle, you're going to feel the nodes, the tensions, the balls, and you're going to contact the bone and you're going to say, okay, what do you want? Do you want a circle, this way or this way, or do you want a cross? So let's say I feel a balls, I feel a big tension, it's completely hard, and I say, what do you want? A circle, and you're going to feel a movement. It's like the muscles say, yes, I want a circle. Okay, do you want the circle clockwise? Yes. Okay, so do it by yourself. And you're going to see that the muscle going to release its tension, its stress, and slowly, slowly, a motion going clockwise going to start, going to appear until the movement stops, and you're going to press the balls, the nodes of tension is going to disappear. Okay? So you contact the muscle, you look for some potential balls, nodes of tension, then you ask, do you want a circle going this way or going this way? Or do you want a cross going this way and this way? If the nodes, the tension say, I want a cross, it's like you feel some things, you say, okay, do it by yourself. And you're going to feel that the tension is going to release by itself, going this way, then this way. You just have to follow, and going this way, then this way. And after a while, the movement is going to stop, and you're going to feel the tension will have disappeared. So it's a body talk also, a body intelligence way to release muscle. Another technique to release a muscle, it's number 9. In fact, there is 10 reasons at this video. This is number 9, is discovered by a French osteopath. His name is Maurice Raymond Poyet. It is called the orthosympathetic and parasympathetic way to release muscle. The body is animated by 2 systems through the nervous system. The orthosympathetic system will activate, will tonify the body, and the parasympathetic system which calms the body. So we're going to contact those 2 systems. So what we're going to do, we're going to put our hands on the muscle. If we feel some tension, we can feel a muscle also. We can take an area like all the shoulder. So this technique is going to englobe the muscle and the fascia. But we can also contact one bone, one muscle, excuse me. You're going to feel that the muscle is completely contracted. You're going to put your hands on it, or you can just wait. And you're going to say, okay, what do you want? Do you need some orthosympathetic system to get more energy, to be tonic, or do you need some parasympathetic system to calm down. You will see that most of the time the muscle, of course, needs parasympathetic system to calm down, to release. So you're going to contact, for example, the muscle or an area you want to work, and you say, do you need some ortho or some para? If you feel some things, if the body needs some para, you're going to feel a reaction. And you're going to say, okay, so I contact yourself to the para. Then you wait, and you're going to see that the muscle or the body part going to start to move until after a while the muscle completely releases. So this is a way to do it. Also for the ortho-para system discovered by Maurice Poyet, Poyet used to contact also to put one end which is connected on the occiput of the patient, one head on his occiput, and one end on the muscle or the body part. The occiput is connected to the parasympathetic system, and the frontal, one end on the frontal of the person and one end on the body part, the frontal is connected to the orthosympathetic system. So for example, if I want to release the heart, all the pericard part of the body, I'm going to put my hand on the pericard, I'm going to contact the pericard of the body, and I'm going to say, what do you want? Do you want some ortho or some para? And para, I have a reaction. So I'm going to put my hand, the para is connected to the occipital bone, I'm going to put my hand on the occipital bone of the person, on the pericard of the person, and I'm going to wait. And I'm going to feel that my hand is going to slowly start to have some motion going one way, next connected probably to the fascia, to the muscle, to the membrane. The pericard is the fascia of the heart, and slowly until after a while the movement stops. That means the work is done, and I release this way with the ortho-parasympathetic system discovered by Poyet. I release the pericard membrane, the pericard fascia. And the last way, reason number 10, is with osteoDOUS. So osteoDOUS is a revolution in osteopathy discovered by Jacques Hiroux. Personally, as an osteopath and as a cranial osteopath, I use only osteoDOUS to work on my patient because osteoDOUS provide much better results than osteopathy and cranial osteopathy. And in osteoDOUS, I can align the bone. It's very simple to learn this fantastic technique. I can release the bones. I can release also the ligament. If I want, I can also release the muscle. But as I explained previously in this video, when you align the bones, the muscle have no more reason to be contracted, to be stressed. The muscle release by themselves during the session or the next days after the session. So in my practice, I rarely work on the muscle. I work on the bones, and in some cases I work on the ligaments. Okay? So in osteoDOUS, we don't need to touch the body anymore. We work remotely. What we do, we contact the bones, for example. I'm going to contact, for example, the sternum and the clavicula. So in between, I have the sternoclavicular joint. I'm going to contact remotely, I'm going to visualize, contact remotely and virtually the sternoclavicular joint of the patient, which is relaxing on the table. And I'm going to see if I have a lemniscate, a movement of life. That means that this joint is completely aligned and completely free to move in all the direction. It's what we do with the sternoclavicular joint. It needs to be completely free. If I will contact remotely any part of the body, the sacroiliac joint, the bone on themselves, I can align a sacrum until I have a beautiful movement. I can work on the pelvis until I have a wonderful movement. So I will work remotely, and I don't need to touch anymore. I don't need to touch anymore. That means I can work on ribs, I can access any part of the body, I can work on arterias also. Personally, myself, I had some cardiac problem 6 years ago. That was due to some arteria of the aortic which were blocked. And I work on myself during 2 sessions. I work on myself because when we work in Osteodus, we can treat ourselves. I give myself 2 sessions and I never had any cardiac problems anymore. I can work on myself and I contact the arteria and I could feel that at some point 2 arterias were completely pinched. That means the blood was, the circulation of the blood was limited. That created 2 cardiac problems. And I work on myself, so I could feel that the arteria, just like if I was touching my arteria, I could feel from the beginning, this is the aortic, one of the 3 arteria, and I could feel that one arteria, when I checked this arteria, was completely, and after they were, okay, completely pinched. So I did focus on the arteria, until after a while, I feel the arteria start to open, until I had a beautiful movement. This is called the movement of life, a sign of liberation. And I did the same for the second arteria. Also, my second arteria was completely blocked. The third arteria was fine. I could palpate and check all the arteria, and I work on myself. This is fantastic. Osteodus is really a revolution in osteopathy. It is very, very simple to learn. All my students, after the first course, are able to scan the entire body of the person to feel if the sacrum is going this way, or posterior one way, to feel if an iliac, for example, of the pelvis is cephalic and the other iliac goes posterior, so that means that the pelvis is completely unbalanced. So of course all the spine is going to be completely unbalanced, so that will create tension, muscle tension all over the body. So of course we can use some muscular release techniques, but if we don't harmonize deeply the pelvis, the problem will come back. So Osteodus is a fantastic way to release, to adjust the body. It's a very deep way to adjust the body. I explained that in one of my other videos. I explained why Osteodus is a revolution in osteopathy through 12 different reasons. So have a look at this video to understand well what is Osteodus. I invite you to have a look at my website where I explain also Osteodus. And if you are interested to know more about Osteodus, please contact me through my website to have more information. I hope you did enjoy this video about the 9 or 10 with Osteodus way to release a muscle. I wish you a beautiful day and contact me if you want through my website. Have a nice day. Bye bye.